with that only, right? So in trigonometry, which you have learnt in class 10 standard, it was dealing with only right angle triangle, right? It was dealing with only right angle triangles. The meaning of tri means 3, gone means metry means measurement, and gone means side. 3 sides के ratio निकालने पड़ते, right? There are 3 ratios which can be formed here. Now let's say ABC is a triangle, right angle triangle, and if I take this angle as theta or angle C only, this is called opposite, also called perpendicular, and this is called hypotenuse. And this is called base, also called adjacent, right? 3 sides are there. How hypotenuse will remain same. Adjacent means perpendicular and base will keep on changing. So how perpendicular and base will change? If I am considering this side, this angle C, right? Then the side which contain angle C will be called adjacent, also called base. One is always hypotenuse. If I take this angle, right, the angle A, so then this will become opposite. That means whatever is angle, the side opposite to that is called perpendicular. अगर ये angle है, so this is called perpendicular. I am taking this angle, so this is called perpendicular. So one perpendicular, opposite, second is base. Now there are 6 trigonometric ratios, basically 3, and the other 3 are reciprocal of it, right? And these trigonometric ratios are sin, short form is SIN, जो तुमने गलत पढ़ा था 10th में, sin, पहली बार में, right? Then you have cosine, and then you have tangent. Short form is sine, cos, and tan. Remember this? What is sine, what is cos, and what is tan? For example, if I take this theta, so what is sine theta, what is cosine theta, what is tangent theta? What is sine? P by h, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Cos is base upon hypotenuse, adjacent upon hypotenuse, and tan is perpendicular upon base, right? हम लोग ऐसे याद करते थे कि पंडित बद्री प्रसाद हर हर बोले. एक और है, पाकिस्तान भूखा प्यासा, हिंदुस्तान हरा भरा. That is how you can remember sine, cos, and tan. अब other 3 are reciprocal of it. What is reciprocal of sine? Cosec, cosecant, right? What is cosec theta? Exactly reciprocal of this. Hypotenuse upon perpendicular. This is secant theta, which is base upon perpendicular. And then we have cot theta, which is, right? Now they are reciprocal. Sine and cosec are reciprocal, so their product will always be equal to what? 1. Cosine and secant are reciprocal of each other, so their product is also 1. And tan and cot, their product is also equal to 1. H by V. Okay. Sine and cos are complementary. You know the meaning of complementary? Sine and cos are complementary. What is the meaning of complementary? What is the meaning of complementary? Complementary. हाँ, complement करते हैं, correct. What is the meaning of complementary? Complementary बनाए, complete करते हैं. Complete मतलब they together form 90 degree. That means if sine theta is equal to something, so cos 90 minus theta will also be same. That means sin 30 and cos 60 will be same. दिखा देता हूँ. Sin and cos are complementary. So here you can write this as sin theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta, and cos theta can also be written as sin 90 minus theta. Similarly, cosec and sec are complementary. Means cosec theta is equal to secant 90 minus theta. Secant theta same way tan theta and cot theta are complementary. Which means tan theta is equal to cot 90 minus theta and cot theta is equal to tan 90 minus theta. Understood? Do you remember the values of tan 30 sin 30? Trigonometric table याद है? You just have to remember first three. Other three are reciprocal of each other. Remember? Sin 30, sin 45, sin 60. Just remember this. Even 0 degrees p. Sin, cos, 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. टेबल लेवल बनाना नहीं है अपने को, सिर्फ याद रखना है. You guys know the value, right? Some of the value. Sin 0 is 0, sin 30 is 1 by 2, sin 45 is 1 by root 2, sin 60 is root 3 by 2, sin 90 is 1. As I told you, sin and cos are complementary. उल्टा हो जाएगा, right? That means sin 0 is equal to cos 90 minus 0, which is cos 90. Right? तो ये इधर आ जाएगा. Sin 90 is equal to cos 0. Three 30. By 1 by 2. And tan is what? Sin upon cos. Tan is also equal to sin theta upon cos theta. This by this. 0 by 1 is 0. This is 1 by root 3. This is, and this is. गुस्से में अपेक्षा सोई क्यों नहीं तुम? सोई क्यों नहीं तुम? Why you did not sleep? अच्छा. Clear? And the last thing, which is, okay, I just want to tell you, remember 30, 60, 90 triangle ka property? How you get that 30, 60, 90 triangle ka property, I'll tell you. Right? So this is hypotenuse. So I told you side opposite 30 degrees is what? Half of hypotenuse, and root 6 side opposite 60 degrees, right? This is what I explained you. How you got this? So suppose there is a right angle triangle. This angle is, let's say, 30 degrees. So third has to be 60 degrees, right? A, B, C. ये 60 हो जाएगा अपने आप. Let's say this is H. In this, use sine 30 degree. So what is sine theta? Opposite, which is AB upon hypotenuse. What is the value of sine 30? 1 by is equal to AB by, what is the length of AB? See, right? Now use cos 30. In the same triangle, use cos 30. Cos 30 is adjacent, which is BC upon AC. Cos 30 is equal to BC. नहीं मालूम. AC, H. Take this H to the side. So what is the length of BC? 3 by 2 H. Don't go and find out. Remember this, ना? Trigonometry लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. But लगाना पड़े तो this is how you do. One more thing, sine 60 degree and sine 120 degree same. Sine 60 and sine 120 same होता है. कहीं देख लिख लो कहीं पे. Remember it. Sine 60 and होता कैसे है वही बता देता हूँ. Sine 120 and sine 60 degree both are same. Not, don't go for complement, उधर से नहीं आएगा. Tell you. ठीक है, this part, some small part of sine and cosine rule. Sometimes you do get question where you have to use sine rule and cosine rule. Now sine rule and cosine rule can be used for any type of triangle. Any type of triangle. Acute, obtuse, right, equilateral, कुछ में भी लगता है, सब में लगता है. That is basically वो, इसको हिंदी में कहते हैं रामबाण. कहीं भी काम कर जाता है, किसी को भी मार दो. तो ऐसा है वो. इसको साइन एंड कोसाइन रूल. एंड दिस इज 3 मिस्टेक्स ऑफ माय लाइफ, तो पता ही होगा तुमको. फर्स्ट इज साइन स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? 1. 10th में सिर्फ यही अच्छा लगा था, दूसरा याद ही नहीं होता था. 1 प्लस tan स्क्वायर थीटा इज इक्वल टू secant स्क्वायर थीटा. 1 प्लस cot स्क्वायर थीटा इज इक्वल टू. ये दो में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता था, राइट? पहला वाला लेकिन बहुत अच्छे से याद होता था. फर्स्ट सबसे उधर ही से बना है, फर्स्ट से ही सब बने. नाउ साइन रूल for any triangle, right? Consider that there is a triangle ABC. Side opposite to angle A is, let's say, small a. Side opposite to angle B is small b. Side opposite to angle C is small c. Right? Side opposite to angle A should be taken as small a. Opposite to angle B, small b. Opposite to angle C, small c. Right? In this case, if you want to use sine rule is A upon sine of angle A is equal to B over sine of angle B is equal to C over sine of angle C. This is called sine rule. Sine rule comes very handy, although this is of 11th standard. and I'm pretty sure that you not have learned this in 11th standard. नहीं पढ़ा ना? सीखा है? Then is cosine rule. Same, triangle is same, right? Cosine rule will have three angles. First is cos of A, second is cos of B, third is cos of C. So when I am taking angle A, that's cos of angle A is called cosine rule. Then tell me the adjacent sides of angle A. Right? इसका स्क्वायर करना, b स्क्वायर प्लस तीसरा कौन सा बचा? a स्क्वायर माइनस a स्क्वायर ओवर ट्वाइस ऑफ वॉट एवर यू आर टेकिंग, bc. If I have to find out cos of angle B, so what is cos of angle B? B square plus A square plus B square. Sorry, A square plus C square minus, मतलब जो एंगल ले रहे हो माइनस बी स्क्वायर वहां पर हो जाएगा वो, राइट, एंड डिवाइड बाय ट्वाइस ऑफ ये दोनों वाले, एंड दिस इज ए स्क्वायर प्लस माइनस ट्वाइस ऑफ ए बी. साइन एंड कोसाइन रूल. क्या चीज? हाँ, कोसाइन आएगा. साइन एंड कोसाइन रूल, दैट्स इट. बाकी अदर थिंग इज नॉट important. In fact, cosine rule say everything will get. Agar if you know sides and everything, there you get ratios of angle and sides. You can flip that also. Sin A upon A, sin B upon B, sin C upon C. The ratio will always be same in that case. Then sine and cosine rule is clear. Take this off. I told you sine 60 degree is equal to sine 120 degree. To a 10th standard student, if you ask such question, if you ask this question to a 10th standard student, he will probably not able to answer this question, right? लेकिन होता 10th स्टैंडर्ड से ही है, 11th में भी होता है. साइन 120 यू ब्रेक एट साइन 90 प्लस 30 और साइन 60 प्लस 60 साइन ए प्लस बी का फॉर्मूला. बट अगर 10th स्टैंडर्ड में ही किसी को निकालने के लिए देते हो कैसे करो? वन थिंग, ड्रॉ ट्राइंगल ABC where these two sides are equal and this angle is 120. These two angles will be 30 or not? Yes, total interior angle is 180 degree. Whatever these two sides are equal, right? If you draw 90 degree from here, right? Isosceles triangle, if you draw perpendicular, divide the opposite side into 2 equal half. So 30, 90, and this will become what? 60. 30, 90, and 60. Let's say this side is A, and this side is also A, right? Side opposite to 60 degrees what? This is root 3 by 2 times of hypotenuse A, and this is also hypotenuse A. Understood? This whole length is equal to how much? 2 times of root 3A. अब इक्वल करना है अपने को कि साइन 60 का साइन इसका वैल्यू कितना रहता है. You can also find out this a by 2. Very good. Right? What is the area of this whole big triangle? What is the area of this whole big triangle? अरे 2 मिनट के ऊपर आ जाओ. हाँ घर पे. कॉल माई वाइफ. नंबर है उनका. 401 पहुँच जाओ. है वहीं पे. हाँ हाँ. What is the area of this triangle? Half into base into height. Half into or AB sin theta, right? If I take this big triangle, this a square, half into adjacent side into sine 120 degree or not? Yes. Understood. So now this is a square by 2 into sine 120 degree. Now if I have to find out the area of this triangle, and into 2 will give you area of this triangle also. So now you find the area of this triangle by using half into base into height. So half into base is what? Root 3a into height is what? A by 2. Yes. Half into base into height will be this only. मतलब दोनों का एरिया तो सेम ही है. दोनों हम दो अलग फॉर्मूले से लेके सेम ट्रायंगल का एरिया भी फाइंडिंग आउट. ओके. देखो हाफ हाफ उड़ाओ. है क्या बचा बेटा? ए स्क्वायर इंटू साइन 120. यहाँ पर भी ए इंटू ए स्क्वायर इंटू रूट 3/2. नाउ ए स्क्वायर. So sin 120 degree is what? Root 3/2. Check sin 60 degree का value also. I understood sin 60 degree and sin 120 degree is same. टेंशन में हो आज? नवरात्रे आ रहे हैं इसीलिए. कब है नवरात्रे? सितंबर. आज घर पे कुछ हुआ है तो चलो वो ठोके तो नहीं आगे तुम मार मुर के कहीं रास्ते में. इससे मैं देख रही हूँ आज तुम बच के रहना समीक्षा बेटा. तुम उधर धक्का मारे दूसरे रूम में जाके वहाँ सीए के ऑफिस चली जाओगी तुम. एमबीए छोड़ के सीए करने. डन. तो साइन 60 डिग्री एंड साइन 120 डिग्री इज सेम. ये मैंने ऐसे शो ऑफ के लिए दिखाया तुमको. ऐसे बता भी देता तो याद रखना था. कभी होता है ना कि अपनी नॉलेज दिखाना चाहिए. ओके. दैट्स इट इन ट्रिग्नोमेट्री. Trigonometry is this much. Just want to take one case. Trigonometry लगता कहाँ है? You don't have to use trigonometry if you know 30, 60, 90 triangle, right? Consider that there are 3 circles, right? 3 circles of equal radius. Described in an equilateral triangle. अब ये यार अपने आप समझ लो इक्विलेटरल ही है. ठीक है. And all 3 circles are of equal radius. सबका रेडियस बराबर है. I can put more than 3 also, right? 4, 5, 6 ऐसे भी डाल सकता हूँ. जैसे when you put these circles ना, इसका जो पैटर्न है वो ऐसा बनता है. ठीक है. पर 1, 2, 3, 4 ऐसे कुछ बनता है. So I can put this entire object also in equilateral triangle. बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन में पूछ सकता हूँ बना के कि इक्विलेटर डालेंगे इक्विलेटर में. परेशान तुम इक्विलेटर में ही करेंगे वो. Right? So when you want to solve such question and radius are same, then do one thing. Center से draw a line. This is what? Radius. Join this. This is what? 90. This total angle is 60 degree. तो बाय सिमेट्री ये बन जाता है 30, क्योंकि ये फिर से तुम यहाँ से इसको ज्वाइन करोगे, जैसे करोगे सेंटर से, दिस विल आल्सो बी 30 डिग्री. ठीक है. So you just have to find out the side of equilateral triangle if radius is given, right? So now 30, 90, and this will be what? So what is the side opposite to 60 degree? ये side. Very good. Root 3 by 2 times of hypotenuse. अब hypotenuse कितना है? 2r, right? Why? Because side opposite to 30 degree is what? Half of hypotenuse. So this r is half of hypotenuse or not? So hypotenuse will be 2r or not? So this is 2r. This is r. Side opposite to 60 degrees, root 3 by 2 times of hypotenuse is 2r. So what is this side equal to? This r plus r, 2r. And again this will be equal to what? Root 3r. So can you get the side of equilateral triangle? Once you get side of equilateral triangle, then you can also find out area of equilateral triangle, perimeter of equilateral triangle, whatever you are comfortable with. You can use that trigonometry or this. Right. Human tendency कहती है कि 30, 60, 90 मैं ही यूज करूंगा. मैं ट्रिग्नोमेट्री तो बैठ के करोगे नहीं. Trigonometry should only be used when problems are very complex. Sine cosine rule, that's it. Rest everything is 30, 60, 90 पे ही झूलेगा पूरा. या फिर Pythagoras triplets. Remember those Pythagorean triplets you done in geometry? याद है? 3, 4, 5. बादाम खाओ तुम. बादाम और वो क्या होता है, अखरोट को क्या बोलते हैं? वॉलनट. या फिर मछली की आंख, मछली खा रही हो तुम लोग पता नहीं ना मछली की आंख से फायदा. फिर पूरी मछली में रहता है. नहीं, तुम्हारे बॉडी में ना एक ऐसे ग्रे मैटर होता है. अब तुम ग्रे मैटर बोलोगे तो लोग ग्रे का मतलब ही कुछ और समझ लेते हैं. ग्रे मैटर तुम्हारे बॉडी ब्रेन में एक मैटर होता है, उसको कहते हैं ग्रे मैटर. वो ग्रे मैटर तुम्हारा तब बढ़ता है जब आप बहुत जो अगर खाने में बात करें तो दैट ओनली फाउंड इन फिश की आईज में. हाँ, इसलिए बंगाली देखो स्मार्ट रहते हैं, बिहारी बंगाली, वो मस्त आँख भी खा जाते हैं. खाते हैं. और दूसरा पड़ता है थोड़ा बादाम खाने से. बेसिकली इंक्रीजेस द मोर द ग्रे मैटर, बेटर विल बी योर मेमोरी एंड शार्पनेस. शार्पनेस के लिए तुमको ओमेगा 3 खाना पड़ता है. ओमेगा 3 बर्बाद कैसे होता है? तो मछली को बहुत ज़्यादा तल लेते हो. ले भाई आज तो मैं तेरा ओमेगा 3 निकाल के मैं फैन लूंगा या लूंगी, तो तुम मस्त रवा फ्राई में बेल के तो ओमेगा 3 बेचारा तैरता हुआ निकल जाता है. ये तैयारी तो बर्बाद करने में तो लोग. तो मछली खाना है तो ऐसे आग में फ्राई करो, खा जाओ, बेस्ट है. हाँ, नहीं मज़ा आता है उसमें, कभी ट्राई करो. हाँ. On this, okay, right. क्या पढ़ाऊँ? Have very SICI I can teach you. Arithmetic progression, geometric progression I can teach you now. हार्मोनिक बहुत छोटा है, हार्मोनिक पे ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते, बट अर्थमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन एंड ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन यू कैन डू इफ यू वांट. करना है? एपीजीपी ठीक है. एपीजीपी, you remember AP? You remember AP? Arithmetic progression, sum of n terms, nth term, right? So what is an arithmetic progression? How will you define arithmetic progression? Arithmetic progression. How will you define arithmetic progression, or what is the practical usage of arithmetic progression? So arithmetic progression is basically used to identify patterns which we have, right? कि एक pattern follow कर रहा है. Geometric mean is also pattern. Harmonic mean is also a pattern. Progression is also a pattern. So progression is basically a series. It's a series of increasing or decreasing number in which each term is increased or decreased by a fixed quantity, right? Let's say if I take one number as 1, second is 4, then 7, and then 10. And then I ask you what is the next term. Can you tell me the next term? 13. How you identify it's 13? Yeah, because increasing by what? 3, 3, 3. Right? So you got the pattern. Pattern is what? It is increasing by what? 3, 3, 3, and so on, right? ये है simple interest. Fixed quantity से बढ़ता है. Remember, simple interest increases by fixed quantity. Okay. So if I have to write general form, I have to write general form. So what is the general form? A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, and you keep on writing. What will be your nth term? A plus n minus 1 into D. Why n minus 1D? This is your first term, A1. This is your second term, A2. This is your third term, A3. This is your fourth term, A. So this will be your nth term. Because when we are taking 3 term, coefficient of D is what? 2. Taking fourth term, coefficient of D is what? Nth term pe coefficient will be n minus 1, right? So if I ask you what is 10th term, it will be A plus 90 बोल दो, A plus 90, right? 100th term, A plus 90. Clear? Nth term is clear. In this A is called first term and this D is called common difference. D is called common difference. How you find common difference? Second term minus first term, not first term minus second term. Take second term, subtract first term from it. Essay, not like this. So nth term will be given by what? A plus. And what is sum of n terms? It's n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, or n by 2 into first term plus last term. A plus an. An means last term हो जाता है. ठीक है. Clear? There is one more thing. Just remember, nth term from last. Nth term from last will be given by L minus n minus 1 into D. Suppose there is a sequence which is given to you. And they ask you find out the 10th term from last. So either you flip your AP and find 10th term from first, or directly use this formula L minus n minus 1 into D, where L is what? Last term. अंडरस्टूड? चलो नहीं अंडरस्टूड? आवाज बहुत पतली, गाना ट्राई करो, सिंगर भी, सिंगिंग भी क्या करो, करती हो? करना चाहिए, तुम मत ट्राई करना। ये तो लोग गाली देते थे, मैं हॉस्टल में गाता था, भगा देते थे रूम से। कौवे की आवाज़ सुनी, कौवे की वैसी आवाज़ थी। एक बार हम लोग हो हॉस्टल में थे इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में, तो मेरा एक दोस्त था, उसको वो इतना कुंभकर्ण जैसा सोता था, उसको उठाना मुश्किल था, उठाओ फिर सो जाता है, 4-5 बार उठाओ तो वो उठता ही नहीं था, मतलब पूरा खाना मेस का खत्म हो जाएगा, जब छुट्टी होती थी संडे दिन तो और नहीं उठेगा। तो ऐसे ही मैं, मेरे को पता नहीं था, तो हम लोग नए नए आए थे, तो हम लोग साथी थे, जानते थे पहले से स्कूल टाइम। तो हमारे रूम में एक बड़ा रूम था, तो उसमें चार हम लोगों ने चारपाई डाल रखी थी, 1 2 3 4 चार कॉर्नर पे। तो मैं वॉशरूम से नहा के मैंने कहा चलो यार खाना खाने चलते हैं, मेरे को वॉशरूम में गाना गाने की आदत है, मेरे को बड़ा अच्छा लगता है पुराने गाने, तो जोर जोर से गाता हूँ, सबको सुनाई देता, पूरे मोहल्ले को। और मेरे को बड़ा उस दिन बड़ा खुश था, पता नहीं किस बात पे, तो मैं गाना गाते हुए जोर जोर से ऐसे निकल गया। तो हम, एक और मेरा रूममेट ऑलरेडी था उधर पे मेस में खाना खाने के लिए, वो एक यहाँ बैठा था, तो सोचा था ये उठेगा जाएगा, तो मैं गाना गाते हुए जोर जोर से चला गया, तो ये बिस्तर पे सोया हुआ था, एकदम उठ गया, उठा नीचे आया, और मेरे को बोलने लगा आज के बाद गाना मत गाना तू रूम में। मैंने कहा इसको क्या हो गया? कहता है इतनी गंदी आवाज है तेरी यार, नींद खुल गई मेरी। वो उस दिन सीधे मैस में आके वहीं पे बोलने लगा, आज के बाद गाना मत गाना कभी रूम में। सोचो आप, मतलब घोर बेइज्जती। सेकंड है अरिथमेटिक मीन, AM. If there are two numbers, and if I ask you whether these numbers are in AP or not, can you identify? सिर्फ दो नंबर पे, if I write 1 4 and then I ask you is it in AP, the answer should be cannot be determined. Why? Because I don't know, I can write third number as let's say 15, तो AP नहीं हुआ, if I write 7 तो AP हो गया. So you require minimum 3 numbers to check whether the series is in AP or not, right? Minimum 3 terms are needed. Okay. So if I say arithmetic mean of two numbers, so I will never write two numbers are in AP. I'll simply say arithmetic mean of two numbers. Let A and B are two numbers. So the arithmetic mean between these two numbers will be given by what? Simple. Add them, divide by 2. Add them and divide by 2. But if I say A, B, C, then I have to mention it. Let A, B, C are in AP. Then the arithmetic mean will be given by A plus B plus C divided by 3, or A plus C divided by 2, or twice of B. तीनों करेक्ट है। एग्जाम्पल 1 4 7. What is the arithmetic mean of this? 12 divided by 3 कितना हुआ? 4. और 7 plus 1 8 divided by which is also 4, not twice of B, B. ये 2 कंफ्यूज हो गया मैं, ये B डालना है यहाँ पर, यहाँ से आता है, और simply the middlemost term which is 4, right? If there are 4 numbers, if there are 4 numbers, If there are 4 numbers, again A, B, C, D, then again arithmetic mean will be given by what? A plus B plus C plus divided by 4, or A plus D divided by 2, or B plus C divided by correct. Divided by 2. If there are 5 numbers, first term plus last term divided by 2, second term, second last term divided by 2, or the middlemost term. इक्वली डिस्टेंस होता है, अर्थमेटिक मतलब इक्वली डिस्टेंस पे है नंबर. कुछ खाओगे तुम लोग? तुम्हारे लिए लेके आऊं वहां से, और से कुछ लेके आऊं? कौन से? बेड़े ही खाई मैंने ग्वालियर में. नहीं, मैंने बेड़े ही खाई ग्वालियर में. बेड़े बनती है ना ग्वालियर में. और इंदौर में पोहा जलेबी. मैंने हर जगह का सब कुछ ट्राई किया है, नाश्ता तो सब जगह ट्राई किया है ऑलमोस्ट. इंडिया के सारे बड़े जो फेमस शहर है. बहुत कार पे बेटा, इतनी बड़ी जलेबी 2 खाओगे पूरा दिन भर का हो जाता है. ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन. Called GP, right? You know anyone know about geometric progression? What geometric progression is? What about others? 11th standard maths जिनके पास था. Geometric progression क्या होता है? Arithmetic you understood, right? Geometric progression मतलब कुछ तो sequence बनेगा. What is that? आज था 11th में? ये पास था वो बोलो भाई. It is a sequence, like previous case में it was a sequence. See, in the previous case the d can be negative also, right? You can have a sequence which is decreasing also. Increasing, decreasing दोनों sequence. Here in geometric progression, it is a sequence in which each term is increased by a fixed ratio, right? Increased by a fixed ratio. For example, if I have 1, if I have 3, and if I have 9, definitely not in AP. And then I'll see this 3 can be obtained by adding 2 or multiplying 3, right? But if I add 2, I should get 5. Not getting 5, so I have to multiply this with 3. Every time I multiply, I'll get next term or not. So this 3 which we are doing it, which we are writing it, this is called common ratio, denoted by R. A is called first term. right? So if your first term is, which is denoted by A, the first term is what? A. Second term is AR. Third term is AR square. Next is AR cube. What will be your nth term? AR raised to the power n minus 1. Remember nth term A plus n minus 1 into D. So here nth term will be what? AR raised to the power n minus 1. Understood? AR raised to the power n minus 1. That will be the nth term. How to find out R common ratio? It is A n plus 1th term divided by A nth term. मतलब second term divided by first term. Third term divided by second term. Don't do ulta. 9 should be divided by what? 3, right? Second term, third term divided by second term. Right? मतलब this divided by this will give you 3. This divided by 9, 27 divided by 9 will give you what? 3. Clear? So common ratio can be less than 1 also. Means I can have, so R is clear. Nth term is what? AR raised to the power n minus 1. Now here R is greater than 1. R can be less than 1 also. For example, you can have a sequence 27, 9, 3, 1, 1 by 3, 1 by 9 and so on. So in this case, what is your R? 1 by 3, right? 1 by 3. So R is less than 1 or not? Nth term का formula will remain same. S of n actually same ही होता है, लेकिन just remember sum of n terms will be given by A R raised to the power n minus 1 upon R minus 1 if R is greater than 1. Here nth term will remain same. Nth term दोनों का same रहता है. Here sum of n terms will be given by A 1 minus R raised to the power n upon 1 minus R. R is less than 1. Right? So now I've written two sequence, first and second. Can you find the sum of infinite terms in the first sequence? Can you find the sum of infinite terms in this case? If I keep on writing and so on. Can you find the sum of infinite terms? Sum means सबका जितने भी terms आते हैं infinite तक जाता है, उसका sum निकाल सकते हो? Can you find sum of infinite terms? Tell me whether you can, yes or no. अरे कुछ चाइनीज में थोड़ी पूछता हूँ, यस और नो बोल दो, मतलब कौन सी ऐसी डिफिकल्ट लैंग्वेज पूछा मैंने? से यस और नो. No, you cannot find out. Good. Cannot find out. Over there, can you find out? No. Okay. Very good. Can you find sum of infinite terms there? No. Right. Let's see why we can find out sum of infinite terms over there. उधर निकलता है. बताता हूँ. थोड़ा एग्जाम्पल लेके समझाता हूँ, थोड़ा अच्छे समझ में आएगा. ठीक है. Why you cannot find out the sum of infinite terms over here? Why we can find out sum of infinite terms over here? First of all, sum of infinite terms can only be found if your R is less than 1. Common ratio is less than 1. Example बताता हूँ. Right? Suppose you have 1 rupees in your account. Right? 3 rupees is given by one of your friend in your deposit. देखा तुम गरीब, वो डाल देता है, और आया उसने कहा एक और थोड़ा अच्छा दोस्त था, उसने कहा 9 रुपये डाल देता हूँ इसको. There is one more friend, वो 27, then 81, right? So when you have 1 rupees in your account, तुम कैसे हो? गरीब. फिर ये डालते गए, थोड़ा अमीर बने, right? Every time you are adding some number, is it making change in your lifestyle? Suppose एलॉन मस्क भैया खुश हो गए, उन्होंने कहा ले यार, ले ले, तू भी गया था. हमारी जिंदगी में चेंज आएगा? आएगा. तुम कैट की प्रिपरेशन छोड़ के मस्त हेलीकॉप्टर ले घूमोगे. भाड़ में गया, एलॉन ने फंस दिया है, भाड़ में गया कैट, करते हैं इस पे हेलीकॉप्टर पे, ठीक है. सो विल इट मेक एनी चेंज? यस, थिंग्स विल चेंज, राइट. सेकेंड केस लेते हैं. Suppose your account has 27 rupees. So every time I'm adding some bigger number, it is changing the value, right? Changing by a greater extent. Suppose now you have 27 rupees in your account. A friend comes and he put 9 rupees. तुम कहोगे ठीक है भाई. Second friend comes and put 3 rupees. Third आता है, वो कहता है 1 ही रुपये डालूंगा. Next आता है 0.33 पैसे ही डालूंगा. और आता है, कहता है 0.11 पैसा डालूंगा. कीप ऑन डूइंग दिस, फिर आएगा एक कहेगा इतना पैसा डाल के आता हूँ. क्या करोगे तुम? इसको पकड़ के मारोगे? क्यों? क्यों? इसका कोई फायदा नहीं इतना कम पैसा डालने का. तो क्या होगे? दिस इज एज गुड एज जीरो. डाली मत. सो एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम you will get so small number which can be considered as good as zero, right? So keep on adding small number, that will become what? As good as zero. So in cases where r is less than 1, number will become smaller. Here you can find out sum of infinite term. क्यों? क्योंकि एक पॉइंट के बाद तुम्हारे अकाउंट में वो पैसा आया ना आया बात बराबर ही. Yes. So you can only find sum of infinite terms when r is less than 1. What is sum of n terms का formula? A bracket 1 minus r raised to the power n upon 1 minus r. Replace n with what? Infinite A 1 minus. Now focus on this. R is what? Less than 1. Let's say 1 by 3. 1 by 3 raised to the power 2 is 1 by 9. But 1 by 3 raised to the power 200 will be a smaller number or a very larger number or very small number? Very small number. 1 by 3 बहुत छोटा होता जाएगा, right? 1 by 3 raised to the power infinite will become a very small number, which is as good as 1. What is sum of infinite terms का formula? A upon 1 minus r. कौन बहुत आते हैं? तो मोदी जी के बाद दूसरा बिजी आदमी नहीं हूँ. दिन भर फोन आता है, दिन भर. ध्यान रखता हूँ, सरदर्द रहता है, बात बढ़ दी. झाले? ओके. अब इफ यू रिमेंबर इन ज्योमेट्री समवन आस्क्ड मी कि सर इसका आंसर कैसे निकलेगा. किसी ने तो कुछ पूछा था, मेरे ख्याल से स्वरा ने. So what happened when you join the midpoint of a square? What figure is obtained? If you join the midpoint of a square, what figure is obtained? Chalo, leave that question. I will take that question. This is done. Sum of infinite terms. All of you noted on this? I'll take it off. Sure? suppose a ball is dropped from a height of 120 meter, right? A ball is dropped from a height of 120 meter. After hitting the ground, the ball bounces back to two-thirds of previous height. Right? Every time it hits the ground, it bounces back to two-thirds of the previous height. That means two-thirds of what? 120. How much? 80. Right? Again, two-thirds of 80. This is 160 by 3. Right? Comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up to infinity. Find the sum of all vertical distances. Vertical means ये plus ये plus ये plus ये plus ये plus ये जितने भी total distances है vertical distance उसका सबका sum निकालना. A total distance traveled by the ball. Simple. Right? एक ही जगह पे हो रहा है सब. Find the total distance traveled by the ball. Right? ये basically CAT में भी आया है, IIT में भी आया है, ZET में भी आया है. Let's see whether you can solve this or not. Try these type of questions. Thank you.